Hey guys, good morning. I am on my 2-mile walk and I live in the country, so it's peaceful and it's quiet and I'm alone. So let's have a chat. I am a Crohn's disease baddie. I've had it for 10 years, and I went 2 of those years untreated because doctors didn't believe me when I told them something was wrong. They thought I was coming into the hospital just to get pain medicine. So they mistaked my illness for drug-like behaviors. But I figured I'd start a channel so other baddies like myself can have somewhere to get information or ask questions or talk about the frustrations that we all go through. Like for me, I have problems losing weight. I could gain it with no problem, which has never been an issue of mine before. I was like 93 pounds, completely unhealthy when I was really sick. But then when I was healthy and started treatment, I gained a little, got to like 110, and I was cool with that. But then for some reason, apparently Remicade, which is what I get every 6 weeks, Remicade makes you gain weight. It makes it hard for you to lose it. So I started going for walks in, I'm gonna say like the end of June. And I have done my best to keep up with it. I've changed the way I eat, but not completely, because let's be real, we can't eat much. There's not much that somebody with Crohn's disease gets to enjoy. And for some reason, snacks do not bother me. Snacks don't faze me at all. But what I can't eat is 90%, I look crazy, y'all. That's okay. I can't eat 90% of the vegetables. I don't know if anybody else is like that. So far I could eat peas and string beans and black beans. I can't eat no broccoli, no cauliflower, nothing that could cause gas. I don't eat beef. I only eat turkey, chicken, and pork depending. I could eat pork tenderloin, I could eat pulled pork, or for some reason a pork chop bothers me. I don't eat no bacon, grease, fat, none of that. So I'm pretty strict on what I eat. Before I go for a walk, this morning I had rice with a little tiny bit of cheese on it, like shredded cheese. And then I topped that with some eggs and avocado. So that's what I eat before I go for a walk. But that was filling. That was a little filling. And I know rice is a no for some people. They tell you not to eat white rice because it causes inflammation, but I seem to be okay with rice. I bloat a little, but I'm okay with rice. So I'm gonna keep eating it. I also became lactose intolerant. That's fun, which is the craziest thing because I can handle cheese. I can eat cheese. Mozzarella, gotta be careful with mozzarella. But I can't eat yogurt. No ice cream, unless I buy Lactaid ice cream. I was never lactose intolerant my entire life. Now I have to be careful. I can only use avocado oil. Any other oil bothers my stomach to no end. What else can I have? Can't have sauce. Cannot handle sauce. So for pizza, I don't know if a lot of you know this. Of course, the grease can bother your stomach. But 90% of it is the sauce because it's how much acid is in the sauce. Same thing with orange juice, but I do purchase low acid orange juice and I only drink about like this much of it. because I don't want to upset my stomach, especially if I have things to do. I'm sure we all eat around our schedule so that we can make sure if we do want to have something that we shouldn't have, because you gotta admit, sometimes it's worth taking that hit to the bathroom to eat something that you want to eat. So I just work it out. If I know I'm not going anywhere all week, I sure the hell am gonna eat something I should not eat. Pasta, I will definitely indulge when I need to, because we're suffering enough with a disease that has no cure. So why not just say YOLO sometimes? Energy is a hard thing to find, but since I started doing these walks, I actually find myself to have more energy. And then when I skip a day or 2 days, like this past week, we went on vacation to New Jersey to go visit my family and have Halloween there, because I don't know if anybody else that ever sees this is gonna live in North Carolina, but North Carolina Halloween is garbage. It sucks. New Jersey, Collings Lakes, New Jersey, has the best trick-or-treat. So we drove a little over 400 miles to go take our daughter trick-or-treating. We had the best time. It was awesome. She enjoyed it. Watching her little legs run all crazy, that was the best. It was worth the trip. But now we're back. We live in North Carolina, in the country, like in the country. So my walks are always beautiful. I always have a nice view. I do tend to keep myself safe while I'm on these walks, because unfortunately this world is crazy. People are nuts. And living somewhere where there's barely any houses, I keep myself safe. I would love to know everybody else's experiences, what you go through. I have not reached a point in my life where I have to have the colostomy bag, thank God. That is something that I worry about. I don't want to go down that road at all. I did go down that road with a nephrectomy bag. I had to have my kidney removed because doctors didn't believe me that something was wrong, and my intestines swelled up so bad it made my ureter collapse and completely drowned my kidney. So I'm down to one kidney, which sucks, but at least I'm alive. I'm alive to be able to make a channel and maybe try to help other people. You always have to remember to advocate for yourself. That is the biggest thing, because I didn't even advocate for my own self. I actually had my amazing husband who basically was forcing doctors to figure this stuff out, figure out what was wrong with me, run the tests, do the blood work, stop just letting me come into the hospital and give me morphine shots. Like, that is not at all what I wanted. They would make me so sick I would throw up everywhere. It's just not what I wanted. So he got things figured out for me. So if you're too afraid to advocate for yourself, you need to find somebody that will do it for you. Because if it wasn't for him, who knows if I would even be alive at this point. When me and him met, I was literally 93 pounds. And I'm only 5 foot. I'm a small girl. But that's still way too little. I was way too small. And I was sick all the time, barely eating. First, they started me on Pantasa. I'm sure some of you have been started on that also. That's what they started me on, was Pantasa. That was like 14 or 20 pills a day. It was up there. It was a lot of pills. You had to take like 6 at a time, multiple times a day, and it was crazy. And it made me worse. That did not help me at all. That made me 10 times worse. I couldn't even hold any food in my body. The second I ate, I promise you, it was not staying with me. So I just stopped treatment completely and never took anything again. And then when I met him, I was really bad. Like, it was really bad. I was getting sick constantly. But instead of him running, because, you know, I gave him the out, explained the situation. I have a chronic illness, gave him the out. But he didn't take it. He stayed, and he helped me get better. And then that's when I started Remicade treatments. And I started at, I believe I started them every 8 weeks. And then after that, I'm gonna say maybe 3 years in, they had to switch me and move me down to every, I thought that was a snake. And they had to move me down to every 6. So now I've been at 6 weeks for the last almost 4 years, because I started 6 weeks when I moved to North Carolina. And I've been here going on 4 years in February. So, I know this video is all over the place. I talk about food and medicine and my lovely day. My lovely day. But please, if you guys have questions, you want to rant because you're angry, because nobody ever believes you. It's one of those silent diseases. Just always make sure you come on here, ask questions. If I don't know the answer, I'm sure together we'll find the answer. We can research. If you're in North Carolina, we could start a walk. Maybe we should do a Crohn's walkathon. One of them 5Ks. I don't know. I'm almost to my 1 mile mark. I don't know. If you guys want to chit chat with me, you could leave comments. Make sure you like and subscribe. We'll do this every day. I'll post every day. Some days it might be harder because I usually have my 4-year-old with me, and I got pushed in one of them little pop-up wagons. But I'm sure we could still have these lovely talks on my walks. I don't know. Guess I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out.